So my name is Terrence Banks. I'm the Associate Director of Recruitment in the Undergraduate Admissions Office, and I'm here with Chaotic Careers. Oh, that's fun. So when I first applied for the job, did not know the job even existed. So I originally started out as an admissions counselor. I didn't know what that was. I started out as the West Tennessee recruiter. So I used to have to drive to Memphis all the time. That was a lot. And then I got a promotion. I was promoted to senior recruiter. Still recruited out of West Tennessee, so I still was driving to Memphis a lot. And then I got promoted to the coordinator of outreach and diversity. And at that point, I started to do more out-of-state recruitment and local recruitment. And then more recently, I got promoted to Assistant Director of Recruitment, and now I am the Associate Director of Recruitment, and now I go to programs where I need to, but now I get a chance to operate with a team. So now I have admissions counselors that, I don't want to say do what I say, but that I help figure out how they need to recruit and what that needs to look like. To have graduated twice from UTC and still get a chance to work here is, I think it makes me feel young since I've never left college. This is where I grew up, this is where I learned to become an adult. It still makes me feel young, it still makes me feel like I'm in the know. I work with the younger population, so they teach me all the cool words and all that good stuff. So it's fun, it's interesting. But in all honesty, what keeps me here, what makes me want to stay here is the development that I experienced as an adolescent at UTC was really life-changing for me. So the opportunity to encourage students to come to UTC to potentially have that same experience that I did is something that drives me, that makes me want to work a little bit harder every day and help get students into the university so they can grow like I did. Run This Town by Jay-Z. One, I like the build up to the beat. Every time I hear that opening to that song, I think about walking on stage, I think about performing, because in this job, no matter what kind of day I'm having, no matter what's going on in my life, people don't need to see that. Because if I'm having a bad day, if I put that off on the people that are looking to come to UTC, that's going to be a reflection of the university, so I don't need them to have that experience. So I always think about what it means to put on that work face and have that right mindset when it comes to recruitment. So that's my go-to song. So the podcast has been a big dream of mine it's been a couple of years. And it stems from UTC. Before I got here, I was a very shy, to myself person. Believe it or not, I'm still to myself, but with the job, I still had to be a lot more outgoing. So I got here and I met some people who thought that I had great leadership skills, and I trusted what they said and what they told me. So I wanted to use that. So in my time at UTC, I decided I want to be a motivational speaker. So I practiced in different ways, and eventually I got to the point where I was oh man, I want to do a podcast, and I didn't know what that needed to look like or how that was supposed to happen. But one day I just made the jump. I recorded the first episode for the podcast June of last year, and I didn't put that first episode out until January of this year. So it's just fun, and the motivation for each episode comes from conversation. It can be something somebody says, something that I think. It's just small things that I want people to have a larger takeaway from. So it's just small conversation, sound bites that I just want people to remember. So I guess my secret talent is spoken word, because I don't do it all the time, and I'm usually calm in my demeanor, so I don't think people expect that from me. So I guess spoken word would be my hidden talent. You want me to do a snippet right here? That's fun. I've never done it sitting down. I've always done it standing up. Give me just 1 second. Let me think of. Oh yeah, I got one. As a youth, I had the opportunity to sell dope, push crack cocaine or get my head cracked, trying to join a gang or end up in the streets dead with a red wine type stain. My mama curling my neck and screaming my name like, hold on. And now she got to turn to drugs and alcohol just to ease the pain. Or I could have took a bullet straight to the brain and end up in the streets dead with a red wine type stain. And then, you know what I mean? Like, it's something simple like that. I just like, it's fun, it's fascinating. My favorite thing about being a fitness instructor is like helping people realize they're stronger than they thought. So like when we get to a point where like they finally learn how to do a movement, or they tell me, oh, I did this today, or I did that today, like that's them celebrating themselves, and that's the only thing I ever want. And that's like why I'm into fitness. Like I just want to see people be the best version of themselves possible, and like a part of it is working out. So that's why I like that. And then what was the back end of that question?
The back end of that question was, how do you motivate those that you are coaching?
Oh, that's a tough one. I don't know if I'm the best at motivating. Like if you ask them, they say I'm mean. But like I'm not like a yell at you all the time kind of coach, but I'm definitely not gonna let you slack. Like if you wanted to be comfortable, you could have stayed at home in the bed. So like I reaffirm that every time. Like if you're gonna wake up and work out, then you're gonna work out in my class. You know what I mean? We're not chilling. Like I'm real polite. If I think they can go heavier, I just slide the weight beside that foot and I just walk off. Like I'm real passive aggressive when it comes to like fitness. So I remove myself from people. Like with everything that's going on, it's always like with the next person. Like with my job at UTC, I always have to deal with a large crowd. At the gym, I always have to deal with a large crowd. So for me to reset, for me to be balanced, like I spend a lot of time by myself, and like a lot of people struggle being alone, but like that's my most like recharging moment, like being by myself, like reading a book, working on poetry, watching a movie, like that's my time to like reset. Who you say gonna watch this video? Man, that's a hard one, man. Let's go on. We gotta go shoes. You know what I mean? I need access to all of them. Just whatever come out, let TB get it. Yeah, lifetime supply of shoes, and I'm all right. That'll save me a lot of money. That'll bring me a lot of joy. Yeah, that's it. The shoes. Get a larger following on my podcast, man. I feel like I be really like saying stuff everybody needs to hear, but enough people not listening. But like big. Oh, getting my mother on vacation. Like getting my mother like to a vacation destination. That's on my bucket list this year. Like she deserves a vacation, and like I legit work as hard as I do, so like I can take my mom on vacation. So that's on my bucket list this year.
Fantastic. Where would you want to go?
Anywhere. I just want to get her out of Memphis, get her out of Tennessee. Like I want her to like relax and enjoy herself. So I think my greatest accomplishment was being a first generation college student and doing it like being away from home. And that's a big one that I celebrate all the time because I think it's important. I never had an example of like what that's supposed to look like. So figuring out on my own and being able to do that, like to me, that's my biggest accomplishment. What I still have to tackle is getting my doctorate. And like I said, I'm a first generation college student, so like, why not do all three? Why not just like blow it out the water? So getting my doctorate and having people call me Dr. Banks, that's the one. If you watch it, like if you've made it this far, I appreciate you already. Know that you are important to somebody. Like they may not tell you every single day of your life, they may not show you every single day of your life, but what you do, the decisions you make are extremely important to somebody, and it's motivating to somebody that you didn't even know was motivating. So keep being you, keep moving forward one step at a time, because I promise you, they need you more than you realize they do. You're important. So that's what I lead people.
Hey guys, thank you so much for tuning into this month's episode of the Chaotic Career Series, where we got to speak with our newest guest, Mr. Terrence Banks. Terrence's constant streams of infectious energy can be actively seen within his interview and really stand as a part of his story. His story helps one realize that you can continue to chase your dreams and aspirations even while in the midst of actively pursuing others, and that no task can be too daunting as long as you put your whole heart into it and are willing to grow along the way. Speaking of which, if you ever have any questions or worries while chasing your own dreams, please feel free to come see us down at the Center for Career and Leadership Development. We are always wanting to be speaking with students about their dreams and what it might look like to get there, and continuously want to be a part of that journey for you. Now, with all that out of the way, until next time, stay chaotic, Mocs.